We caught up with our Extension Cropping System Specialist, Josh Lofton, at Lahoma as well. And Josh, you have some research set up here. Why don't you give us an idea of what's going on in this field?
Yeah, we got quite a few things going on here. So if viewers ever wanted to come to Lahoma and kind of see everything going on, they can see quite a bit of good soybean and milo research we have going on. Right here, what we're standing in is looking at our planting dates by variety and how we actually can agronomically optimally manage our milo crop or our grain sorghum crop, and how that actually influences how we have to manage our sugarcane aphid. I know everybody that does milo has heard of sugarcane aphid, and that's one thing we kind of are always in front of, but the question has become, we want to plant early for sugarcane aphids, but the question came is, can we plant too early? You know, is there too early to plant? So what we have is planting dates that are spaced around 3 or 4 weeks apart, and we still got 2 to go on the south side of us here. But you can tell the difference in the crop, the difference in how it's planted. And so we have some milo just coming out of the ground. We have some that is still poking out of the ground. We start to see a lot of our coleoptiles still poking. This is just one of those components we have, but we have several others. Right here to the south is our sorghum hybrid performance trials, and if you want to, we can go look at some of our other stuff across the way, looking at herbicide management in our grain sorghum crop.
Definitely. Let's walk over there. Josh, tell us what you have set up in this field.
Well, here we're actually looking at our pre-plant herbicide programs for grain sorghum. Anybody that's grown grain sorghum across the state knows that pre-plant herbicide can make or break your sorghum crop, and that's kind of what we're looking at here. We have quite a few of these around the state because at each of our locations we have a different weed issue, and what we have here is a volunteer wheat scenario as well as some bindweed. A lot of growers around this part of the world have some bindweed and some volunteer wheat they have to deal with in their sorghum crop. So we're looking at how our pre-plant herbicide programs kind of fit with those different weed populations. And the big thing is we're wanting to see if any of these herbicide programs can be phytotoxic to that grain sorghum. We don't want to kill the sorghum, but we want to kill everything around it. And so kind of looking at and seeing what our systems are here, what works best for our system. If you have a certain population of weeds, what's that pre-plant program, and what's that early post-plant program that you need to be looking into, because all of them are a little bit different.
Yeah, lots of good combinations and different scenarios to talk about.
Yeah, and it's one that we've gotten a lot of questions from the last couple of years of, oh, well, you know, I've had my traditional herbicide program, but it hasn't worked. And so we're trying to get those answers on well, maybe we're getting resistance, maybe a bad application, maybe the weeds were already coming up and you just didn't see them. What are these new combinations that we can actually use to help our growers get a little bit more control of some of these early season weeds in sorghum, which we all know are just very, very critical to making a successful crop.
Terrific. Well, keep us posted on this field as well as the first one we were in and the others around the state. We'll be sure to share it with our viewers.
Very good.
Thanks a lot, Josh. We'll
Thank
see
you
you soon.